You, you. What's up, y'all? Tell like it is TV, man. Let's talk about it, y'all. So first of all, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to donate, the links is in the description box. If not, that's cool. The like button that's right, y'all. The like button is free. All right, man. So let's get into it, man. We got some stuff to talk about. We're gonna get into the Donald Trump situation in another video. Right now, we're gonna focus this on this agenda that we all been knowing that's been going on for a very long time, and that all of this is really about politics. It has nothing to do with the average human being, whether you are part of the LGBT community, doing your regular life and working regular life and whatever it is that you're doing. At the end of the day, this is all about politics, and this is just more proof how they're starting to now um, beat the drum. You know what I'm saying? Literally beat the war drum against people who don't see the same people who might hold Christian values. It's just a lot of different things that I'm starting to see, and you know, it's just crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody has to put some form of, legislation or something like that, man, because, things is really starting to get really weird out here. Especially especially what the media is pushing, okay? And for my ancient Americans out there, bro, like, listen, man, sometimes it's gonna be people that look like you and me, you know what I'm saying? That's a part of this shit, you know what I mean? So this is why you can't get caught up in race. Okay, you can't get caught up in race. I don't give a fuck what they talking about or what they're trying to give you. The issue is you cannot take your eye off the prize when it comes down to these people using media to spur some bullshit at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Even when you look at the Trump situation, who they using? They're using ancient Americans, whether it be Latita James or Alvin Bragg. That is going to cause racial division in general. You know what I'm saying? And also that's going to cause for people racist people to start justifying the fuck shit that they doing, or not wanting to give ancient Americans opportunities because they're heavy Trump supporters, and the people that did this to them are people of color, right? And you might go, no, tell like it is TV. Ain't nobody thinking like that. Ain't nobody thinking like that. You a goddamn lie. I tell you that, you a goddamn lie. Some of these people hang on to Trump so goddamn hard, bro. It's unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? It is literally unbelievable. Like, you still got these QAnon niggas still out here. I mean, it's just unbelievable. You know what I mean? Yeah, just hold on. The system of justice is coming. Yeah, so when Trump got indicted, see, what it really means is that all the indictments is getting ready to come down. And what it really means is that, the time of justice, it moves slow, and they're going to get Hillary Clinton. They're going to get Michael Obama. They're going to go get Barack Obama. Oh, man. You know what I mean? So, yes, this can happen. But anyway, let's get into what Joy Reid has got up here and said the other day when it came down. I guess this is probably before the shooting, okay? Now, with the shooting situation, this LGBT trans person went out there and shot 6 innocent people at the end of the day of a Christian church. And it is what it is. But let's let this go though.
Very thing the American right has turned into its latest anti-wokeness boogeyman: diversity, equity, and inclusion. Host Trevor Noah walked and talked through a room that was diversity, equity, and inclusion in human form. The first country Americana artist to perform, Brandi Carlile, was introduced by her wife and daughters. We saw the first trans artist win a Grammy, Kim Petras, who has a...
Okay. All right. So as y'all see where they're going, as y'all see where they're going with this, I think this was the Grammys. And for those that seen that Grammys, I didn't watch the Grammys. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I seen little clips or whatever on Instagram, especially about this particular character, Sam Smith, with the kind of stuff he was doing up there, and others as well, pledging their allegiance at the end of the day. And what's funny is you have a mainstream media, okay? This is why I say, like, motherfuckers, that's why I be feeling like, bro, I'm in the twilight zone or something. Or I'm just too far ahead of the game or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? But to connect the dots is very easy. The same fucking news station, okay, that is giving you this shit right now about, yeah, the right don't want to see diversity and inclusion. Do y'all know? Y'all know what they were doing on them Grammys, right? Y'all do know that, right? Y'all do know that, you know, if two of the same if two of the same whatchamacallit can't procreate, right? Now, at the end of the day, what I will say is this: if that's what you into, that's what you into. I'm not knocking you for that. You know, it is what it is. You got one life to live, and how you choose to live your life is on you. Okay. But when we out here pushing agendas and, you know, doing all kind of stuff, man, and you know, messing with these kids, man, I think that stuff is something where lines had to get drawn in the sand, and boots need to be down to the ground. As far as, you know, parents fighting for the rights for their kids, man. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. But let's just keep going.
As a hit song with Sam Smith. The culture wars are over, and the left won. Like, total defeat. Actually, lady, you literally.
Joy Reid got her little black face up there to say, yeah, you know, we got trans winning awards now. Yeah, we totally worshiping the other side right now. Yes, we totally doing that right now. Yeah, we gave y'all inflation. Yeah, we gave y'all high gas prices, high bills, all your bills high, everything high now. Yeah, but we winning. We totally won. We got Trump out of office. I mean, like I said, bro, it be some of your own people, man. It be some of your own people that'll get up here and give you this nonsense at the end of the day. This is absolute garbage, man. Trash. You know what I'm saying? To the highest order, this is trash on what Joy Reid is out there motherfucking bragging about. You know what I mean? Like, shit is silly, man. You know what I mean? But these are the kind of silly ass games that they'll play in the media. You know what I mean? Point blank, period. So let's get off this real quick. Let me show y'all the bills that they trying to pass. Because remember, it's all about the left, the MSNBC, the CNNs of the world. They are all Democrat, left wing, Fox News, heavy, hardcore, right wing Republicans and shit, right? But let me show y'all what they doing in some of these Democratic states, and with the laws that they're trying to get passed out there when it pertains to you being a fucking parent at the end of the day. So let's get into that real quick. Hold on. All right, so now that we're here, okay, so let's get into this now. So shout out to the Gateway Pundit at the end of the day, but it says state-sanctioned kidnapping. California Democrat pushes bill that will allow therapists to snatch children from parents without trial. Now let me say this real quick. Now this right here is serious. You know, because a therapist is supposed to be somebody, right, that you could be able to go in there and talk to, right? Now, imagine a kid is, you know, whatever. They might, you know, mom and dad might be arguing, or, you know, the mom or whatever the case may be, you know, she might be on drugs, right? But not like a druggie to where the point like she's like, you know what I'm saying, in the streets, you know what I mean, motherfucking nodding off and just some wild, crazy movie kind of level shit, you know what I'm saying? Because there are people that do hardcore drugs, whether it be fucking cocaine, whether it be fucking crack or some shit like that, you know what I mean? But they're functional drug addicts to a certain degree. They still get up, go to work, just like you got alcoholics, right? Get up, go to work. Weed smokers, same thing. Get up, go to work, do what they got to do at the end of the day. So in this case, it could be a situation where, you know, maybe the mom does a little bit of drugs or whatever the case may be, or the dad or whatever the case may be. And but they're functional, you know what I'm saying? They make sure their kids got food on the table, roof over their head, you know what I'm saying? Make sure they take them where they got to go, might even have a car, right? Now, because maybe said person is probably spending money on their drugs compared to what their kid might have wanted or some shit like that, and they throw a fucking fit, right? The child throws an absolute complete fit, and is upset, acting out in school and shit like that because they friends got this, that, and the third, and they don't, and they wondering why they can't get this, that, and the third, and mommy's or daddy's a failure and all this whole crazy shit, right? And then they run to their therapist and they start hollering the same shit and all this whole other shit. Now, this therapist can come in and now be able to just be like, you know what? Yeah, you don't need to even be dealing with that. What? I ain't come through and just snatch your kid. Look, bro, I ain't gonna sit up and hold you. That shit happened to me when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, like I said, my mom did drugs, right? But my mom wasn't like one of those, dope fiend you know what I mean? Like my mom was smoking the grease, right? I'm keeping a buck with y'all just for the sakeness of this fucking video and show y'all how real this shit is. Now, um, in this particular situation, right? My mom, I was acting out in school, right? I just had I had a temper problem. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I had a real extreme temper problem. But my mom, did everything that she could. You know what I'm saying? We, what I mean? I had my video games. I had everything. You know what I'm saying? Not everything, like everything I wanted and shit, but I wasn't complaining about nothing. You know what I'm saying? I just was just an angry child and shit. I don't know. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Or let me say, not even angry. Let me say, maybe I was more sensitive. You know what I'm saying? I was very sensitive to things. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So, I would act out, I would lash out. I would say wild, crazy shit. It is what it is, right? So, eventually, I guess, I would be fighting all the time and shit. So eventually, like I said, DSS and shit like that got involved. They started to drug test my mom. You know what I mean? And my mom, obviously got caught in her system and shit like that. It was what it was. So eventually, what ended up happening one day was, we all was good. I'm thinking everything's good. We had the DSS worker and shit like that. We used to go up to the we used to go up to the fucking the DSS place or whatever. Sit there, they let us play up, I could play the game up there or whatever while mom does the little meeting or whatever it is that they're doing in there. I didn't know what the fuck they doing. I still didn't know what the fuck they doing, and I didn't ask questions neither. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. I'm in there playing Zelda and shit. Zelda was the shit at the time back in the day. So I was playing that. We come out. You know what I mean? We go home. Everything's good. And like I said, I'll never forget it. I still remember this shit like it was yesterday. You know what I mean? Everything was good. I was going to school. Things seemed like it was getting better. And then I remember one day, came home from school, and I don't know, just something on my mom just seemed funny. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why I could see that. Like, I think my oldest daughter can see that, and that what I seen. Like, she knows when certain, like my daughter almost knows me without knowing me. You know what I mean? And that's how I felt with my mom. You know what I mean? I felt like that with her because I was like, well, damn, something don't seem right. You know what I mean? Like something just ain't seem right. So whatever. I go about doing what it was I was doing. Went outside, played with my friends, came back, ate. And when I went to eat, I remember, my mom talking to my grandma and my step grandfather at the time. So at the end of the day, what ended up happening was, I guess something happened with my mom or whatever the case may be. And, maybe she popped dirty again for, whatever, drug test or whatever. But mind you, my mom has a whole apartment clean, own car clean, everything clean. She worked for everything. You know what I'm saying? She just happened to, she just happened to smoke that shit, be on that shit at the end of the day. But I would say she was a functional a drug user at the end of the day, not somebody who was really like out here fucked up in the game, selling their ass and shit like that. You know what I mean? For dope and shit. You know what I mean? But I never forget it. So I get on the phone with them, and they was just kind of like, "Yeah, we're gonna see you soon. We're gonna see you soon. We're gonna see you soon." And I didn't understand, you know what I'm saying? So I just looked at my mom. My mom was crying, right? So she's crying and shit, you know what I mean? But not like boo-hooing. It's almost like it was a look of disappointment. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. As she was looking at me, I could see that she was really disappointed. You know what I'm saying? And she was trying to stay strong. You know what I'm saying? Not let me know what's really going on. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and whatever. So all I know is we get a knock at the door. I'm about to get ready to go to bed. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm watching my shows and shit, getting ready to go to bed, and then we get a knock at the door. All of a sudden, I see two big ass motherfucking white dudes and this white woman in front of them. They come up in the crib and shit like that, and I'm just looking at them. I'm like, all right, I know the lady because it's a DSS worker, but I'm wondering like, okay, why the fuck is these two big ass dudes sitting here? So whatever the case may be, I never forget it. She spoke to my mom. Da 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 da. I'm thinking she getting ready to leave, and then my mom was like, you gotta go with her. You know what I mean? And I cried, man. I kicked, screamed. I cried, man. I cried like a motherfucker. I ain't want to sit up here and hold y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? Man, I screamed, cried all the way into the car. They got me into the car. I screamed and cried all the way. I just remember passing out. That's all I remember. I remember passing out. I screamed and cried all the way until I passed out. And if it wasn't for my step grandfather or family being somewhat around, I could have been led into a foster home and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of things that happen to kids in these foster homes, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of abandonment that happen with these children in foster homes, in foster care, under the DSS worker, shit like that. So when you giving the state the power to be able to just fucking snatch somebody's kids away, like I ain't gonna hold you, like that shit affected me still to this day, I kind of get emotional about that shit a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But, like I said, I'm 33 now. I'm definitely over it. But, I just think about that shit sometimes. And sometimes I don't think about it in the sense of me. I think about it like, damn, I sometimes I know there's probably kids out here that's, being snatched away from their parents wrongfully. You know what I'm saying? Unjustifiably. And the state has so much power over that shit that they can literally snatch your children away, and that can affect your children in the long term. You know what I'm saying? I think the Most High at the end of the day, for the fact that I was able to find wisdom and understanding about shit and chase truth and shit that I didn't know that I'm trying to figure out and why this and why that. Just asking questions about shit led me into the directions that I've whatever. Even though I was curious at times, especially in my early teenage years with dealing with the streets and stuff like that. But who's to say that maybe I didn't have to experience all of that if I would have never went through that, because my grandma lived in the hood. You know what I mean? So, it kind of is what it is and it was what it was. But I think of that shit because it's like, yo, that shit did affect me. I was ready to fight all the time. And I was bad then when I was with my mom. Now, after my mom, bro, I was definitely suicidal, point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? I ain't give a fuck about nothing, nobody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't give a fuck how big you were, who you was, who you thought you was, what you did, all that shit didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? None of that shit mattered. And I understand how I know there's a lot of kids out here, man, that's experiencing that, man. They hopelessness, you know what I'm saying? A form of goddamn hopelessness at the end of the day. And that could be very dangerous, you know what I'm saying? That could be very dangerous and detrimental to the person that's going through some kind of shit without the right proper guidance at the end of the day. You see what I'm saying? These people didn't give a fuck about nothing at the end of the day. They just throw you in a situation and it is what it is. You know what I mean? Sometime it might have been better for you to stick. Now, like I said, if it's a situation where you getting your ass whooped all the time, motherfucker just beating your ass for no reason, you getting constantly abused at the crib, or you know what I mean, mom or dad or whoever is your parental guardian at the end of the day, is just beating your ass every time they come home drunk, fucking everything up and all this other shit, or if you getting raped and touched on and shit like that. I'm not saying that DSS shouldn't come through and motherfucking pull your ass out immediately. Absolutely, they should. There should be some form of some shit like that. to pull you out of that situation immediately. See if maybe what, but they should be able to see what they could do with you. Maybe run that by you, like you got some friends or something that you might possibly could stay with, or this, that, and the third, or they should be able to have something for you instead of just snatching you out of this place and then throwing you with some strangers that you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I've been in the foster home before as well, and before the situation that happened when I went to my grandma's, and the treatment there, bro, is absolutely garbage. It was absolutely trash. And this is why I have a big component of when I look at Caucasian people when they adopt black kids. You know what I mean? Even though I won't say the treatment that I got under them, it just was weird. You know what I'm saying? It was very different. Like, the food and shit was totally different. And how the treatment was just off. Everything was off about that shit. I don't know. That shit was very weird. You know what I'm saying? It was so weird that it was almost like a dream, but I wasn't dreaming. Like, I really went through that shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, like I would have shit like pork and beans for dinner, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like pork and beans, bro. I would have 5 minutes to talk on the phone. I couldn't go outside for nothing. You know what I'm saying? For absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? It was crazy, man. That was some wild shit. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying about shit like this. And who knows, man? If I didn't have family and shit checking over me, man, who the fuck knows, bro? What I could have been led to, what I could have been got involved in. You know what I mean? Like, child trafficking, bro, is real. You know what I'm saying? Child trafficking is real. You know what I mean? That's a real thing that people, we you know what I'm saying? We don't put enough emphasis on that shit, bro. These kids hit these motherfucking foster home situations, bro, and depending on how much family reaches out there for them, your ass is subjugated to be put into one of these goddamn rings, man. And this is why that shit is serious to me, man. You know what I mean? This is why I know some of y'all probably be like, man, this, that, and the third. Well, I'm giving it to y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's why. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with Democrat or fucking Republican or LGBT, trans, whatever the case may be. It has nothing to do with any hate or harassment or none of this fuck shit you two be out here trying to claim that I'm out here doing at the end of the day on their platforms. But, it's just real shit that I've been through. I don't ever get up here and talk out of my ass about some shit that I don't know or haven't experienced. You know what I mean? If I don't know some shit, I'll let you know, man, look, fam, I don't know too much about that. I'll give you my opinion, but my opinion is not fact. You know what I mean? Because I don't have the proper knowledge. And to be honest, I probably wouldn't even give you shit because if I don't know something, I just don't know, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But anyway, so this woman right here, this is definitely one of these goddamn, and this is crazy, right? I'm about to make a hell of a connection to this shit. Now, I don't know, this woman is definitely of a Latino descent, right? That's what it seems like. I know this is definitely not no ancient American woman, and this is definitely not no Caucasian woman at the end of the day. So this is somebody definitely of the Latino descent, right? Now, school counselors in California will be able to take residents' children away from them and help place them in a state housing facility. This would all be done without parental knowledge, and no trial or evidence would be necessary. So, you know what I mean? Like, what kind of shit is this? So the parent don't even have to know. They could just take your kid, put them somewhere, and not have to tell you about it. You be wondering where the fuck is your kid at. That is goddamn kidnapping, nigga. That is legal kidnapping, nigga. That's legal child trafficking right there. But y'all get up here in this mainstream media shit and they play these games about Donald Trump. I don't give two fucks about what's going on with Donald Trump, but we're going to get into that. You know what I'm saying? And I fuck with Trump. It is what it is. But this shit that the media be wanting to push out there to you is not important. It's not important. You know what I mean? It's not important compared to what you got going on in your own fucking country. They always giving you some shit that's happening in somebody else's country. I don't give a fuck what's happening in somebody else's country. Just like somebody else don't give a fuck what's happening in America. Right? unless it's pertaining to them and has something to do with them, then obviously, yes, they would be paying attention what the fuck America is doing, right? Just to be fair about that. But, shit like this is important. But will the left media, will they cover this? Will Joy Reid get her little black face up there and talk about, yo, this is a little bit extreme. This is extreme. Because when it all boils down at the end of the day, the kids they're gonna be out here snatching is gonna be your kids. The kids they're gonna be able to get out here and like I said, this child trafficking thing, this ain't no, because I know there's a thing, we love to talk about the organ harvesting and some of that is true. I'm not even gonna sit up and hold y'all. We already know what time it is when it comes to the genetics and shit like that. We already know what it is, right? But so I'm not gonna say that that's not true. But when it comes down to this human trafficking shit, bro, and then this child nigga, them niggas don't discriminate. Them niggas do not discriminate. They get Latino children, Asian children, motherfucking Muslim children, Middle East children, Indian children, Caucasian children, Ancient American children. You know what I'm saying? So they don't discriminate out here. If your ass is caught lacking out here, and they know you ain't got no, family or nothing like that really care about you at the end of the day. Your ass is in grave. You in a serious situation. You know what I'm saying? You in a real serious situation, man. And those are the kids that I you know what I mean? I ain't gonna. Am I saying this right? That I fear for, right? Am I saying that right? I don't know if I'm even saying that right, but I think y'all know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, man, like there's no telling. Like, bro, like I told y'all about that one foster home I was in. These motherfuckers ain't give two shits about a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I couldn't go out. I couldn't see the sunlight. You know what I'm saying? And the phone we had was an old rotary phone and shit. Well, I don't know, maybe old rotary phones at that time. They still was maybe somewhat relevant at the end of the day, but it is what it is. You can tell this is one of the first phones though. You know what I mean? She had one of them first rotary phones at the end of the day. And like I said, man, I never forget that shit, man. The experience was so wild that I still be like, yo, was I dreaming? Did I dream? Was it like a bad nightmare or something? No, I actually went through that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's all a blur because I was young at the time. You know what I mean? I was super young, probably like 5, 6, anywhere between 4 and 6. You know what I'm saying? So it's a super blur, but that shit really happened. You know what I mean? Based off my mom getting locked up and shit. And like I said, you know what I mean? Family. Listen, man, this is why it's important too for family to be sticking together, man. Whether y'all got differences or not, everybody should be checking up on somebody and seeing what's going on with everybody. You know what I mean? But the problem is, in today's society, man, it's almost like we breaking further apart from family, checking up on each other. Like I ain't saying nigga got to be talking to a nigga every day and shit, but it's all right every now and then. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? What's happening, man? Nah, shit, man. Chilling and shit. Yeah, I'm just checking up on you, man. How the kids and shit doing? Yeah, da. Making sure, everybody good and shit. You know what I mean? Because it could be situations like this where somebody loses contact of the family members and shit like that, and they get one of the, and then now they up for child trafficking. Now they up there. They in the cycle. They in the ring now, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. But anyway, like I said, they do this shit in the middle of the night. They never tell you about none of these bills that they're going to pass. You know what I mean? The woman behind the sinister bill, known as AB 665, claims her legislation just helps disadvantaged children obtain mental health services. Now, how the fuck is that going to help them obtain mental health services if you're not even talking to them with the children about it? Like, so, I mean, you're not talking to the parents about it, and you could snatch them kids without having to talk to the parents about that shit. How do you know? How do you just base, what if my child is going through some shit because of the behavior that he's seeing in the crib? How do you know that it's a mental, like this, like the kid has some kind of, psychological, not psychological, but like some real mental, you know what I'm saying? Some real mental problems. How do you know it's just some shit that, maybe he not getting his way at home. Maybe the big brother is getting more attention than him, or the little sister is getting more attention than you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you know that him lashing out and acting, him or her lashing out or acting out is not a lack of attention or some shit that they're getting at home, or a lack of something? You know what I'm saying? We just gonna trying to sneak this goddamn dirty bill under the fact of, yeah, we're just trying to help disadvantaged kids get mental health. No, the fuck you not. You lying piece of shit. You lying piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. It is what it is, though. Because this video can go kind of long, and I don't really want it to get kind of long. The mental health treatment or counseling of a minor authorized by this section shall include involvement of the minor's parent or guardian, unless the professional person who is treating or counseling the minor, after consulting with the minor, determines that the involvement would be inappropriate. You know what I mean? So, this is the kind of shit that they be on. You know what I mean? So let's come over here real quick, because this shit right here is unbelievable. This is unbelievable right here. So Minnesota lawmakers advance transgender representative legislation that could strip custody from parents who don't support child's transition. Okay? So this bill is called the HF 146, move forward with a vote of 68 to 62 along party lines. We need to find out who the fuck voted, because you can find this shit out, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever get this twisted, because one thing about these people, they have to make everything public knowledge. You know what I'm saying? This government, they have to make it public knowledge. It's not nothing that they can hide. They'll give it to you. Even shit that y'all think is a secret. Oh man, this is top. No, they gave you the truth. They probably gave you the truth, but they gave you some other shit that distracted you from that, and you forgot all about that. At the end of the day, unless somebody that was really paying attention, that's really skeptical of how things be going. You know what I mean? Then you'll catch it. You'll be like, all right, I got that. You know what I mean? And that way, when they come through and do what they do, and then they try to, backtrack it, like, oh yeah, no, we did tell y'all, but hey man, it is like they doing with the eating the cake, right? Like they doing with the eating the cake and shit right now. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, but you can always find out who voted for this shit. But this is disgusting. You know what I'm saying? So you telling me if I was to tell my child and be like, hey, nah, I don't think, what I mean? I think you should wait. You shouldn't be trying to be doing no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're just somebody that's very firm, right? You're somebody that's very firm on, how your beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you very firm on your beliefs and you like, nah, as long as you living under my house, I ain't going for it. You know what I'm saying? So now they can snatch it. Now they can straight take the kid away from you and do what they want to do. Do what they want to do. See how sick this shit is, bro? You know what I'm saying? And this is the shit that the mainstream media won't talk about. Now, Fox News might talk about it. Fox News might actually, give a little segment about it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, but they're not going to really go in on it like that. They're not going to go in on it like that, because all these motherfucking piece of shit as goddamn mainstream media platforms, they all have agendas, and they these people got hands up their backs, man. It is what it is. Everything is a political gender. I mean, a political motherfucking warfare. You know what I'm saying? Every day is political warfare. Whether the right will use this to be like, look at the sick stuff that the left is doing. This is the kind of games they play with us, right? They'll be like, look at the sick stuff that the Democrats out there in Minnesota is out there trying to get past. They trying to take custody away from your children. This is why you need to vote for us. And then the Republicans will put some crazy ass shit in there. You know what I'm saying? Where a chicken damn near get raped and be like, hey, we thinking about putting a bill in place that, yeah, even if somebody got raped at the end of the day, they gotta have that kid. You know what I'm saying? Like it's extreme shit like that. Like, hold up, man. You know what I'm saying? Or like I said, they'll play these games at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So I think y'all get the point about that. So let me come off of here.
You won't even admit this human tragedy is a disgrace. And I will tell you, the men and women of the Border Patrol, they've never had a political leader undermine.
Why does Twitter do that? My bad, y'all. My bad. Hold on real quick. Let me come here real quick.
Mr. Secretary, them. They despise you, Mr. Secretary, because you're willing to let children be raped to follow political orders. This is a crisis, it's a disgrace, and you won't even admit this human tragedy is a crisis.
Claiming 1 minute chairman time, Mr. Secretary, would you like to respond to any of those questions?
What the senator said was revolting. I'm not going to address it. Your refusal to do your job is revolting. And I will tell you, the men and women of the Border Patrol, they've never had a...
Now, mind you, like as I was just saying, right? Now, when it comes down...
Political leader undermine them. They
all right.
despise you.
Shut your ass up. All right, so when it comes down to that situation, like I'm telling you all about how that bill at the end of the day, not only in California, Minnesota at the end of the day, and I'm pretty sure they're starting to push a lot of this stuff on other states as well, especially when it comes down to having these kids wanting to change their genders and shit like that. Which I don't have a problem with. If somebody grows up and becomes gets his 18 or some shit like that, bro, they wanna motherfucking hold up.
And we'll be with you every step of the way. And what I said.
All right, you know what I'm saying? And they wanna, you know what I mean? They wanna change their shit, cool. But if somebody's staying in somebody's crib and they like, look, you know what I'm saying? This is the rules in my house, nigga. You follow the rules, nigga. We ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? We not doing that. So now they can go and snatch the kid away. Yeah, well, I was thinking about it, but my mom told me if I was to do it, that, I couldn't do it. Oh, yeah? That's what they say here. Sign this paper right here saying that this is what you want to do, and we'll get this taken care of. Not knowing they just signed custody away. They just signed their life away, literally. You know what I'm saying? This is now why they up here trying to make it seem as if children can make grown fucking decisions at the end of the day. It is fucking absolutely crazy, man. Absolutely crazy, man. These people in these have gotten, this shit has gotten so far gone, bro. It's like, yo, what? Sometimes I can't even believe the shit that they actually out here doing. I'm like, damn, they really getting bold with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's amazing, bro. It's amazing. It's amazing how so many people are lost as well. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of people that see what's going on. They just don't do videos and shit. You know what I mean? They just don't speak up about it. They probably know what kind of situation they already know what it is. They probably like, look, man, motherfuckers is gonna have their opinions about shit. I ain't getting into that. I got my opinion about it, and it is what it is. When I find the right person to have these kind of conversations with, I'll do so. But I'm not running around here trying to save the world and trying to get everybody to get it, because you can give the evidence to people right in their face, and they'll still choose to follow something different. You know what I mean? It just kind of is what it is. You can't really get yourself too involved with this shit. You really can't give this shit too much of your energy. And I'm talking to those that's doing videos and that's not doing videos. You know what I'm saying? Those that's, looking for truth and shit like that. It's good to give your energy into it while you're in the pursuit of the truth. But when you start getting certain shit, you can't allow these people to pump the fear into you. You know what I mean? Because they constantly pumping fear into you. They constantly finding ways to steal you niggas' energy, steal our energy as well. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be workplace, whether it be anything, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. So, you got to find your best way to protect your energy, man, at all costs, man, point blank, period. Especially when you're dealing with politics, because I know shit can seem like, it's over with. Like it's about to be over with. They're going to come through. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. What happens if that bill get passed? What happens if this bill get passed? What happens if that bill get passed? And like I tell you all the time, I don't give a fuck about none of that at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about none of that. The problem with people is that too many people are afraid to die. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I personally think. You know, a lot of people say, man, I don't fear God. I mean, you know, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, man. All that Christianity, all that this, that, and the third, and da da da. I don't give a fuck about all that. Then the minute nigga get sick or something, minute motherfucker get locked up in the jam or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh God, help me! I ain't ready to go yet. You know what I'm saying? And these are facts. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker talking all this shit. They don't believe in this. They don't believe in that. The minute they on the hospital bed somewhere, they like, please God, just give me one. Nigga be in the courtroom and shit. Please God, just let me motherfucking go, Lord, please, Lord, whoever your name is, just please give me another chance. I promise I'll turn my life. I promise I get off the streets. I promise. Just give me one more chance. Give me one more chance, man. You know, I don't know who up there, but the creator, whatever your name is, you know, all that shit I was talking about, I apologize. Just give me one more chance. Give me one. If you real, just give me niggas start niggas start trying to play mind manipulative games with the creator. If you really real, just get me out of this one time. Just get me out of this one time, please. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like I said, nigga talk all that shit until shit get real. And I think, like I said, people just afraid to die. Too many people are afraid to die. You know what I mean? And you know, and like I said, I'm not saying like I'm some fucking, guy that's, suicidal or some shit like that. But, like I said, man, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Do I want to go? No. But if I had to go, it'd be it'd be what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it is what it is. I don't know if there's a heaven or hell, or if there's another side, or if there's this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? And I don't even really buy into all that shit when people saying, oh, this person died and came back and now they here to tell what they seen and all this. Nigga, for all that I know, the nigga, that was a bad dream. This nigga was hallucinating. For all I know, them niggas lying. You know what I'm saying? How do I know them niggas ain't lying? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Or trying to exaggerate some shit. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know what it is. All I know is, you know what I'm saying? I live my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I'm try to be, I try to be as great as a person as I can. And two, I feel like, it's time to turn up. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when I was younger, I was more turned up. I was already turned up. There was no need for me to turn up. But as I've, grown and you know what I'm saying, as I've grown and matured as a person, and I'm still maturing, you know what I'm saying? I can get petty and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, you know what I mean? But I'm not the perfect person, but at the end of the day, like I say, I try to be, you know what I'm saying? I try to be great with people. I try not to, steal from people. I try not to take advantage of people. So, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Um, it just is what it is. You know what I mean? So I'm not really worried about going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So, but I do believe there's good and evil. You know what I'm saying? I do believe in that. I keep it very, 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 like I told you this shit a long time ago. I don't know what is out there, what's this, that, and the third. One thing I know I can prove is good behavior and bad behavior. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that I can prove. We can make a chart on what's good behavior, what's bad behavior, that kind of shit. We can actually see these things and live with that. And I think that's something that we should use as a fucking chart at the end of the day. If you want to, you know what I'm saying? But we know that this society doesn't give a fuck about none of that, especially in America. America is built on motherfucking, just diabolical shit at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So you can't expect these people to be in office and be thinking of righteousness. They're not. You know what I'm saying? They're never going to think of righteousness. This country has been fucking founded, or not even founded, but the diabolical shit that has happened on this goddamn land. There's no way that these people that's in power are going to think about righteousness, okay? These people in power are families. Somewhat, somehow, some way are families connected to a lot of the diabolical shit that they were a part of, okay? It just is what it is. You can get mad at me all you want. Nigga, this shit, that wasn't my family doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I mean? So, but I'm in the video here. Like I said, man, I didn't really want to make this one too long, but it is what it is. But this, once again, this is not no harassment. We're not harassing anybody. We're not harassing nobody. We just not no hate speech. We got love for everybody. Whether you whatchamacallit, just leave them goddamn kids alone. Hey, teacher, leave those kids alone. Know what I'm saying? Shout out to that band or whatever that song. We don't need no education. Dum, 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 dum. I fuck with that song, you know what I'm saying? And that song is perfect for, I don't know, them people might have been ahead of their time. I don't know I gotta actually look up who made that song. But them people might have been ahead of their time, or they knew something. You see what I'm saying? They knew something when they made that song. Like when I heard that shit at work one day, it was the first time I heard it. I was thinking, because at this time, I was, really getting into the politics shit. And I'm like, yo, them motherfuckers was on to something, know what I'm saying? But I never really looked up the band or followed up on the song. But them niggas was on to something. I don't even know if they niggas or not, know what I mean? But that particular rock band was really on fucking point. Hey, teacher, leave those kids alone. Know what I'm saying? That's a fact. Know what I'm saying? That's a whole fact. Because what's going on out here? You got the teachers out here. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You got principals out here. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Now they out here trying to shovel agendas down these kids' throats. You see what I'm saying? Leave those kids alone. That's my only line in the sand. Leave them kids alone. You do what you want to do. As a grown ass motherfucker, you do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But when you trying to enforce some shit that I might not agree with as a parent, you know what I'm saying? You don't get the right to be like, well, fuck him. Or fuck the mom and the dad. I'm gonna do this shit anyway. I'm gonna teach him this shit anyway. No, the fuck you not, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? The fuck is you talking about? You know what I mean? So salute to all the parents. All the parents. I don't give a damn what your race is. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn what you have done in your life. You know what I'm saying? You might have done some fucked up shit to my people or whatever the case may be. You might stereotype the fuck out of my people or whatever the case may be. And I ain't gonna say that's cool, but the one thing that we can agree on is leave them goddamn kids alone. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing we can't agree on. Anyway, so like I said, this is not no hate speech, not no harassment. We're not inciting violence or anything like that. And we're going to get into that. Speaking of inciting violence and shit like that, we're going to get into that. But anyway, shout all the day ones. Shout all the new ones, man. Make sure y'all niggas hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to donate, the links is in the description box. If not, that's cool. The like button that's right, y'all. The like button is free. Anyway, tell like it is TV. We out of here, y'all. One.